What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. With this video, we are jumping into the new Marauders, issue number 3. If you have not been keeping up with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on so far. The Marauders being reformed under the command of Kate Pryde, bringing on board Aurora, Bishop, Somnus, Psylocke, Tempo, Dakin, and Xandra Nova. They are on a mission to rescue the First Mutants. This brings them to the Shi'ar Empire, with them coming to seek out this information, a secret organization within the Empire, known as the Crimson. They awake and we see Eric the Red going after them, letting them know that they need to turn around. After this confrontation, our Marauders find themselves in captivity. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we are picking up in Shi'ar space. The leader of the Crimson, the one known as Delphos. She has been brought the Mysterium puzzle box. While our mutants, they didn't really understand what this box was. It appears that this organization, they know exactly what this is. All of this leads to what they refer to as the shameless truth of the first blood spilled, wanting to stop this information from getting out no matter what the cost. What looks like might be happening is that Crimson, they might be going for the throne. And what better time with Deathbird more or less across space. We did cover Secret X-Men. If you want to find out what happened with her all of this time, go ahead and go check that out. I did cover a video on that one. While they have all of this plotting and scheming going about, one thing that they did not anticipate was Xandra Nova currently beating the crap out of one of these Crimson. Not just him, but the dragon as well. They are quickly learning that they are outmatched. When going against the likes of Xandra Nova, they are getting stomped. And digging through their minds, she is able to find a whole slew of information in the upper orbit of this planet. This is where we have the ship that the Marauders are being held on. While it appears that they are all sleeping, they are all in a dreamscape where time is working differently, giving them an opportunity to really figure out what they're gonna do next. All of them recognizing that they're gonna have to think of something very quickly if they're actually gonna get out of this. Back on the surface, Nova, she is making this guy disappear under his own gravity. With his death, we see the dragon come out of left field, knocking Xandra, but she gets back up on her feet. Digging deep into the mind of Pryde the Dragon, we see early days where Pryde is really getting teased, not being able to talk correctly, digging deeper and deeper to find out the true secrets behind this dragon, being able to read DNA, seeing genetic memory. Xandra knows exactly what this dragon had done, lobotomizing a symbiote for weaponized blood. Now this blood is beginning to eat the dragon itself. Xandra might be an absolute lunatic, but she sees herself as the stepmother to Krakoa. Because of this, she will do anything to protect it. With all of this being done, she heads off to find the Marauders. All of this time that they spent inside of there, they really haven't come up with any kind of answer. Even with Tempo having the ability to be able to speed think, when they all wake up, they're surrounded by guards and they just wing it. As they are able to disarm some of these guards, this is where we see Gladiator. Filled with confidence, everybody is blown back. Trying to battle him, they see that they are outmatched in this fight. With Tempo doing a Hail Mary pass, she grabs hold of Gladiator's hand and she turns the time on it to a millennia. It took all of that power just to turn his hand to dust. But using that amount of power, she is currently tapped out. Lucky for them, we have the arrival of Xandra Nova. And of course, Gladiator, he wants to melt her on the spot. Xandra, of course, she just taunts him. She teases him. She makes him throw a punch. But they get interrupted by the Empress. asking Gladiator to stand down and spare her aunt. This is when Kate Pryde, she takes the opportunity to explain what has been going on, to explain why they came out here to begin with. That puzzle box had told them the first generation of mutants were being held by the Shi'ar Empire. The Marauders are not gonna let this drop. The Empress being willing to hear all of this out. Cassandra Nova, she spills everything that she knows. After getting in the mind of the Kin Crimson, she learned of the first blood spilled, of the Shi'ar and mutants who spilled it, and that there is a chronicle telling the whole tale. As Kate goes on about the puzzle box, they no longer have it. The Marauders believe it is lost in space. But one thing that is clear, there is a chronicle. This is when Dolphus the Red calls out to all of the nobles, letting it be known that the Empress has been compromised by her mutant blood. As things look like they are about to break out, Xandra lets it be known that she is in charge, that she alone sits on this throne, and that they will no longer hide secrets from Krakoa. Dolphus the Red goes to interject, and Xandra puts her down, letting her know that she has stepped out of place far too many times, telling Gladiator to go and lock her up, dealing with her later on when they come back. What she wants is the Kin Crimson now disband, believing that they have stepped out of their place far too many times, that they are more of a threat than anybody else. The Chronicle, Xandra knows exactly where it is. It is at the crag. As they head off in a ship, Xandra lets it be known that they are going to do whatever it takes to patch things up between the Empire and mutantkind, letting them know that if there was blood spilled, if they are holding the first generation of mutants, the Empire will do anything that mutantkind asks of them, that they will be able to name the terms. This is the Empress really trying to build this bridge. With a lot of distrust, everything going on, she is trying her best to maintain this friendship. This is what takes us to our pan-dimensional prison. This is where the Chronicle is being held. Though this may seem excessive just for a book, the truth is the information inside of there is so valuable that it has to be held in a place like this. Making their arrival, we see some guards come out. When they do, they greet them, but then immediately turn on them, that they are executing her for treason as a bolt goes straight through the Empress. The Marauders are about to lock and load and prepare for another battle. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, I have always been a fan of the Marauders. Even with this reboot, if you will, it has been a lot of fun so far. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with this story. They haven't let us know who the First Mutants are that are being held, not really giving us much detail about this at all, and that just goes to show the secrecy that the Kin Crimson has been using, and using effectively, for so many years. But after hearing everybody out, Xandra has finally come to the conclusion that all of this secrecy, it has caused too much trouble. This secrecy has led to all of this bloodshed, all of this chaos that wasn't necessary to begin with. If they would just be honest and truthful, it might actually do them some kind of good. The Kin Crimson, on the other hand, they believe this information needed to be held close to the chest, believing that if it were found out, it could very well start a war between Krakoa, between Sol, and all of the Shi'ar Empire. Of course, we don't know if this is true. This just could be the Kin Crimson trying to cover up all of their secrets so that their organization, their cult, can continue on. And at the end here, we see Cassandra Nova. She really bends over to Somnus and says, "Keep watching," as if she knows what is about to happen. So maybe that really wasn't Xandra. Maybe it was something else. Maybe this was just a ploy. Maybe they knew that they were gonna have to deal with the Kin Crimson as soon as they arrived on site. Or maybe Cassandra Nova knew what was gonna happen and she let it happen anyway. But in the next issue, we are gonna get the pan-dimensional prison break. They're gonna have to steal this book and then find the location to wherever the First Mutants actually are, if they are out there at all. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the Super Thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. If you can't do that, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you like this video, and until the next breakdown.